Hi, Simon Chapple here. I'm the Quit Alcohol Coach and I'm here to help you smash your sobriety. So if you're looking to change your relationship with alcohol or you become worried about your drinking and you're trying to learn how to make a lasting change, you're in the right place. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's videos every Tuesday and every Thursday, and I also do bonus videos at random times as well when new topics come into my head and I just can't help myself but talk about it. And if you know me, you know I love to talk, so I try not to make these videos too long, so hopefully this won't be a huge long-winded one. But today we're going to talk about alcohol and weight loss. Now, it's one of the most common questions that I get asked in the groups that I coach in and in my Facebook group called Be Sober. If you haven't joined, you're welcome to. It's a completely free community, totally private, completely safe space for people who want to change their relationship with alcohol. Just search for Be Sober, BE Sober on Facebook. We've got over 10,000 people in the community and it's an awesome place to connect with other people and get support. So I get asked a lot about weight loss. Now, first of all, when we're drinking, we do put weight on. It's inevitable. Some drinks are more calorific than others, but most of these drinks contain non-nutritional calories. So they're full of sugar and they pile the pounds on. And then if you combine that with the fact that when you're out drinking late at night, I know I used to do it when I was drinking, I'd feel hungry on the way home. I'd stop, I'd get a burger, I'd pull into McDonald's. I wasn't driving, I never drank drive, thankfully. Or I would stop at KFC or get a kebab, full of grease and fat. And I wouldn't have normally had that had I been at home not drinking. I wouldn't have had that extra food on top of the meal that I had. Then we wake up the next morning. Here in the UK, we have a full English breakfast, and people say that that takes the edge off of a hangover. Again, full of calories, full of grease, full of fat. So this is piling the pounds on as well. I like to go to the gym, and that's another thing. If you've been out drinking the night before, you're probably going to skip the gym or any kind of exercise that you might have had planned because you just don't feel like it. So that's the main reason that alcohol kind of piles the pounds on. And if you're drinking daily, I was a daily red wine drinker for over 20 years. It's full of sugar. There's so many calories in it. There's no nutritional value to it whatsoever. You're just loading and loading up with sugar, sugar, sugar all the time. Now, I've always been a regular gym goer. I used to falsely think that if I was going to the gym, it offset the wine that I was drinking. That was the kind of mixed up thinking that I had. But it doesn't work like that. And gradually over the years, as my metabolism slowed down when I got into my 40s, the pounds started to pile on. What can you do? Now, when I quit, it was not because I wanted to lose weight. And I think anyone who quits drinking solely because they want to lose weight should really look at exactly why they're doing that. You'd be better off looking first at your diet and at the level of exercise that you do. However, quitting drinking as a lifestyle, it's something I talk about, and it is a wonderful lifestyle that you can have for yourself. And it doesn't just change your weight, it changes so many other things. Your mental health improves, happiness, your skin, your everything, productivity levels. It's incredible. If you haven't seen the survey that I did of the changes that the people in my Facebook group experienced, you should check it out because it is absolutely unbelievable. You'll find it on the Be Sober blog. If you just go to besober.co.uk, you can see the survey there. It is incredible. And weight loss was one of the questions. And people reported about just over 50% improvement average across everybody who took the survey in terms of weight loss. So it does make a difference quitting drinking. But what you have to understand is that it takes time. It's one of the gifts from an alcohol-free lifestyle that takes a bit longer. When I quit, I found that it was probably about 4 or 5 months before I started to see much in the way of losing weight. I wasn't like obese or anything like that before, but it took a bit of time for that weight to come off me. And I was just carrying a bit of extra around the middle and I started to tone up. But I was training regularly, and I'm going to share something with you. It is a picture of me in my pants. So if you don't want to see that, look away now. If you're in the US, when I say pants, I do not mean trousers. And I've got a before and an after photo coming right up where you can see where I was when I quit drinking and where I was after about 6 months. But I was training and I was also eating sensibly. So there it is. You can look back now if you didn't want to see that, but it's quite a difference. But it took time, and this is what you've got to understand. It's not a quick thing. You won't find after a month of not drinking you've suddenly lost loads and loads of pounds in weight. The other thing that can happen for some people is when they quit drinking, when they experience cravings, the first thing they do, so they're craving for alcohol, they reach for chocolate, they reach for sweets instead. And that's absolutely fine, in the first month or two, if it gets you through, go on and do that. If you need to run to the Krispy Kreme donut store, do it. It's way better than drinking. And if that's what you need to keep you on track, no problem at all. But as you get further along, you want to really look at that and start thinking about swapping out those sugary snacks and sugary drinks for an alternative. One of my bad habits has been drinking juice drinks that are full of sugar, and I was guzzling down probably 2 or 3 pints of those a day, and I switched them out for infusion tea bag things that go in your water bottle, and they just make the water taste fruity. They've got no sugar, they've got no calories. They taste pretty good, and I now have just changed my habit. So look at what you can change so that you're not putting as many calories into yourself. But really, the fact is, by cutting alcohol out, depending on what you were drinking, most of the people that I interact with, and there's a lot, do experience weight loss, but it takes between 4 and 6 months to start seeing a significant difference. However, if you can, with all this new energy and all this new motivation from quitting alcohol that you're going to have, if you can start to get some exercise, maybe 3 or 4 times a week into your routine, if you can look at what you're actually putting into your body, make some swaps if there's unhealthy foods in there. Sure, have a cheat night once a week if you want to have a pizza or something like that, but just be really sensible with it. Those 3 things together are the combination that's going to lead to you seeing weight loss relatively quickly when you quit drinking. If you just sustain the exact same lifestyle you had and you quit, sure, you will see some pounds come off, and it will still take probably 4 to 6 months. But if you're exercising and you're eating sensibly and you make some changes as well, you're going to see that weight move a whole lot quicker. And I've seen some amazing before and after pictures of people who have quit, and 6 months or sometimes a little bit longer down the line, they look absolutely amazing. And when you consider as well that your skin changes, the darkness under your eyes goes, people are telling you look 5, 10 years younger because you haven't got blotchy face, it's not bloated any longer. You combine that with some weight coming off as well, you are going to feel amazing, and you're going to feel like the best version of yourself. And that's just the stuff on the outside. On the inside, I had anxiety for years, my mental health suffered. I quit drinking, and after a few months, that all faded away. I started smiling again. I felt happy. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what was going on. So it is the route to being the best version of yourself, but I feel like weight loss should just be an added bonus of quitting drinking rather than the reason for quitting drinking. So manage your expectations. Don't expect overnight miracles. Give it 6 months and look at it then. Do log your weight at the start, just like I always tell people to take a selfie on the day they quit drinking, and then maybe measure your weight once a month just so you can keep track of it and see how it's going for you. But don't beat yourself up if that weight's not coming off. As long as you're not drinking, you're on track, and these things all come. The gifts do come. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it can happen relatively quickly, but manage your own expectations with it and don't get hung up just on the weight loss side. But I can assure you, if you stick with it, you make some sensible diet choices and you're exercising regularly, you will see some changes. And I'd love anyone in my group who's watching this video or any comments on the YouTube channel, do share your experience of weight loss and alcohol, because I'd love to hear how it's been for you. And as I say, if you enjoy the videos, we've got new ones every Tuesday, every Thursday, so do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any. And I'll see you again next time.